All right, guys, here we go. We're going to do a segment. Stop yelling at me. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, listen here. Yesterday, somebody, or not yesterday, the day before yesterday, because I streamed on my Rob and Dan podcast channel. So I wasn't streaming yesterday. Go link in the description. But somebody popped in and said, like, hey, the Sunny V2 video is pretty good. It's called the Scummiest Family Channel on YouTube. I guess it's the Royalty Family. I don't know who they are. But, you know, that's kind of in right now. Family channels, with everything that happened with the 8 passengers, that's something that's been going on. And, you know, there's a really good, I actually watched this video the other day. It's a really good 8 passengers video from these guys. I don't know if you've heard of them. They're called Rob and Dan. It's right here, the segment, or you could just go watch the full live, which is right here. Isn't that incredible? Let's just start this segment, though. Enough of the plugs. Listen, if you like my content, that content's better. I'm just saying, my content is better with that. But hey, let's go. The Royalty Family. Guys. It was muted for 2 seconds. I'm gonna start over.
The Royalty Family, YouTube's scummiest household. They've amassed over 20 million subscribers by spoiling their kids beyond comprehension.
You know, in all honesty, though, like, we did have a conversation about the boundaries of family channels, and I just don't think that a family channel is ever appropriate anymore. I used to be like, I think you could do it. I think that you could do, like, content with your kids. I guess maybe like TikToks, but I feel like you can't do like, I don't know, man. I just, you know, it's hard to talk about as a parent. I'm not one, but as a parent, like, the different ways that you interact with your kids, like punishing or whatnot, like, you know, you don't want to tell intimate stories about your kids because that can embarrass them. You know, I don't know. I just feel like you shouldn't let your kids look at comments, likes, or views, because that's going to distress them. It stresses out any content creator. When you get those 10 out of 10s, they bum you out. When you get 1 out of 10s, they make you really happy, and then you get bummed out when you don't do as well. I think that you'll end up, maybe you start well-intentioned, and then you start getting views for something that happens, and then you try to maintain that viewership so you get more and more crazy and sensationalized. I feel like if you can do family content, it's almost, I don't know that you could ever maintain the right boundary. I don't know if I've ever seen somebody do it. Then again, I don't watch family channels. But, you know, I guess I just feel like it's too difficult to properly execute a family channel.
And lying about everything from their family history to their house being broken into. This is all while concealing an extremely...
If somebody's faking a break-in into their house, that's what I'm talking about. Like, oh, like, that's crazy. Why would you fake that? This is like a big thing. I think anybody's content should come... there's 2 aspects to it. There's the content, and then there's like the clout, we'll say, right? And clout should never get in the way of your content. If you make organic content and people like it, and it gives you clout, it gives you attention, that's cool. But if your primary focus is just getting attention or clout, that's going to destroy, that's just not good, fundamentally speaking. You know, for a commentary channel like myself, an example of that would be me selling out and saying things for attention, money, and views. You know, I don't do that. Instead, like, people seem to like my commentary when I'm just being a normal guy, and I like that. I can be authentic. I can have a terrible memory because I don't have to remember. I don't have to keep track of lies. But yeah, you know, and I feel like that's a big deal. So,
controversial past by instead publicizing their modern stressful moments, like not knowing which mansion to buy.
Oh, super. I've been there.
The family of 3 created their channel back in 2017, and with a name like the Royalty Family, it should come as no surprise that materialism and self-image is their entire identity. Their early videos featured them wearing shirts stating King, Queen, and Prince, titles which they also unironically used during the interview segments.
Well, I guess you got to be your own biggest fan, right?
While the dogs wore Louis Vuitton clothing and went by the names of Princessa and Gucci.
I got to make sure, hopefully if my wife and I pop, you know, that we just don't do this. We don't go crazy. We live below our means, you know, because this is crazy.
They began to blow up with videos where the parents spent stupid...
Like, look at this car. Bro, you know what I want? I do want an electric... I want an electric one because I love the environment. Like Dodge Challenger. I want to have enough money to make that irresponsible $100,000 car choice, and that's it. But frankly, I could do without it. I'm fine with a minivan. I'm ready. That's the next vehicle that I know I'm going to be purchasing. It's going to be a minivan. You know, when we get kids. So
amounts of money on their son, such as 8-year-old takes parents' credit card, no budget at mall, and parents can't say no for 24 hours.
I mean, do malls even exist anymore?
With these kinds of unrealistic videos understandably annoying parents. I walked in and watched a segment of a video from the Royalty Family channel, and it was so terrible. First, everyone on it had an unwatchable personality.
That part's funny.
Yeah, but the real disgust was how materialistic / money obsessed the whole family is. I feel like the parents just pimp their annoying kid out for likes and views, and it's amplified when the kid has zero talent or personality.
Jesus, that was rude. Listen, I don't think it's anything necessarily wrong with spoiling your kids sometimes, but if, you know, that's the thing, is how far does it go? I don't know, man. You know, you see a lot of people, especially young people on YouTube. There's really not a single young person on YouTube that I've seen that has been, that seems to be mature. I think it's hard to mature. Once you get like rich and all your needs are met, I feel like you just don't grow anymore from there. And that's where you start to turn into an entitled person. And if you're 7 years old or whatever, or however old this kid, can't tell. I don't know. 10, 11, I don't know. Did he say? You're just kind of stuck there forever. You know?
Yeah. The parents responded by simply stating that their son wasn't spoiled, without providing any actual evidence.
A lot of people talking about him being spoiled. He's a spoiled brat. He gets what he wants. Honestly, it's just ridiculous.
Before making the argument that they work hard so their son can have anything.
And we work our butts off to give things to our kids that we never had growing up.
Which is literally...
The work our butts off thing is so stupid because they have a bunch of money from being a family channel. Although I wonder if they made money before that.
The definition of being spoiled. Despite the backlash, the Royalty Family gained 1 million subscribers after only 1 year on YouTube, although with a growth in income also came a growth in flexing, highlighted perfectly by Cody Ko.
Oh,
the kid is
that guy's got hair.
Wearing Fendi shorts, Dior socks, and Yeezys.
What does any of that mean? I'm wearing a Walmart shirt, Walmart shorts, underwear from Big and Tall. I had to order it online. It's comfortable. Those were expensive. It was like $60 for like 4 pairs. Ridiculous, but they're comfortable. And no socks. And I haven't clipped my nails yet, so they're a little out of control.
The dad is wearing a Gucci shirt, Gucci shorts, and a Gucci bag.
Gucci.
Like, I guess why it bothers me is because like the motive is very clear. It's like, we're not doing this for family. We're doing this for money.
Our 8-year-old son
does anybody do it for family? I don't know.
finally got his Lamborghini. His dream came true. While these videos...
That's not a dream. A dream is something you work for forever. Like, oh man, I'm 8. I had this dream to have this Lamborghini since my dad told me to have this dream 3 days ago. Okay.
are nothing more than clickbait garbage. It's probably not ideal to raise a kid in an unbounded materialistic environment.
You can go to any stores you want for run. All the stores that you want to go to, you can go to.
I mean, the problem is that they're getting positively reinforced because every time they probably upload one of these dumb videos where I'm gonna get my son, I'm gonna let my son go buy everything. They get lots of views and clicks and whatnot. So part of it, like I wonder how many of the people watching are hate watching, and it's like you're contributing to their bad choice because you're hate watching their video of the bad choice. You're like, this is terrible, and you're watching the whole thing through, and now you're enforcing this behavior for them. You know?
Any store. Did I stutter?
However, when these are clearly the values held
That's shiny.
by the parents, it's not like the kid has a choice. The parents likely justify the kid's involvement by thinking
So far, I mean, it's not that big of a deal. So far, the kid's just a spoiled kid. I don't like. It's not 8 passengers bed. You know,
that it'll be set for life afterwards. Although in
like, I just don't care. There's so many rich kids that get spoiled. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to focus in or dial in on the one family channel. I'm sure there's more. We're only 2 minutes into the video, but
doing so, they're raising him with an entitled, unlikable attitude.
You say you don't want it?
No, because 2 back seats.
Oh, you don't want back seats.
No.
At the same time, however, you could make the argument that the family was simply making what the audience wanted to watch, as the video spoiling the son almost always gained the most views. Throwing a dart on a map and buying whatever it lands on, 15 million views. Buying everything I touch blindfolded challenge, 11 million views. If you guess the price, I'll buy it for you challenge, 24 million views. Pulling these kinds of numbers, they were missing only one thing to complete.
That's the funniest thing about rich people is they don't know what the price of it. Like rich, like entitled kids, they don't ever know the price of things. You know, like, how much is an avocado? I don't know, $15.
Their terrible family channel arc, a mega mansion.
I don't eat avocados usually, so I don't really know what the cost of. It's probably like a couple bucks, but yeah.
Well, in order to justify buying one, they'd first stage a video at their existing house, claiming that fans were showing up and pestering them. The premise of the video is that fans were outside of the house.
Wait, did they make a video about it?
Existing house, claiming that fans were showing up.
Why is this happening to our family? The truth. What is this? To me, this encourages people to come to your house. Like, if you make a video that's like, hey, please stop showing up to our house, I get it. But they're making this video of they all decided to get together and huddle up You know, where the man has like the grin on, like, I'm gonna get you if you break in our house, and the woman is like scared, and the son's like, help me, daddy. And they got like a police officer about to hit the whoa. Why sensationalize this content? Why not just be like, hey, stop? It's like, okay.
Pestering them. The premise of the video is that fans were outside of the house taking photos of the family.
Come check this out. Like, look at this guy. This is like the
Wow, you just happened to open the door as he drove past? There's no way that this happened.
Video is that fans were outside.
He opens the door and the fan pulls up to take pictures. This is okay.
Out of the house taking photos of the family.
Come check this out.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm sure this one's real.
look at this guy. This is like the 5th time I've seen him. Look at
Oh my god, I conveniently opened the door as he drove past and took pictures.
this. Can you believe this?
After which Ali goes outside to confront them, resulting in quite possibly the fakest interaction on YouTube.
Hey, bro, why are you taking pictures of my house? I'm a fan. Hey, bro, why are you taking pictures of my house?
I'm a fan! What are you, like 40? There's no way you're a fan of this channel.
I love the show, bro. You think that's cool, bro? Rolling up in your Prius, you think you're cool?
Dude, I'm a fan, bro.
Yeah, so cool, you bro.
I get a shout out.
Very classy both of you guys.
Diesel Patches dissected
I want an iPhone. Like, who doesn't?
this little segment with some pretty funny commentary.
I'm a fan. Excuse me if I'm having a hard time believing that grown-ass truck drivers are fans of a family vlogging child's kid channel.
After confronting the apparent fans, Ali supposedly
I mean, I don't dislike Diesel Patches. He's fine. It's not like my cup of tea. But why was that like funny to you? Why was that moment in particular funny to you? Sonny, B2.
little segment with some pretty funny commentary.
I'm a fan. Excuse me if I'm having a hard time believing that grown-ass truck drivers are fans of a family vlogging child's kid channel.
After confronting
Why was that so funny? Like, okay. Okay. All right, whatever.
the apparent fans, Ali supposedly called the police, after which an officer showed up who was also more than likely an actor, with the whole situation being so traumatizing that the family was apparently unable to sleep that night.
Whoa, that's crazy.
Guys, let's try to forget about what happened. We
Why is this being recorded? Holy fuck.
can get through this as a family. We're here for each other.
You could have said this with the camera off. I wonder if they know how to exist offline. I wonder if they know how to do that.
Strong.
However, when they'd upload another video the following day titled, "We have bad news, guess what?" it became pretty obvious
Chicken butt.
as to why they'd staged the confrontation. The family used the fake incident to claim that they now needed a bigger house,
With that being said, we have exciting news for you guys. Yeah, we're gonna move out, guys.
of course never missing a chance to reinforce their materialism.
What kind of house do you want?
I want a big and modern house.
I kind of want to live in like a tiny home house, like a bunch of a small series of other houses. You know, like one little tiny home is the bedroom, one tiny home is like my office, one tiny home is the poop cellar. You know what I mean? And I kind of want them all to have an underground tunnel that connects them all. Like you can open, like you just go out a regular door, you know. But if it's cold or hot out, you know, if you open up a hatch, and you can go underground, and you could walk, and you can like get into the room from there. That's what that would be cool for me. I just don't know if it would be as safe because somebody then like I would be afraid of like maybe a person or an animal, a wolf for example, coming up and, you know, blowing the houses down. That's the only problem that I would have. But yeah, tiny homes would be fucking baller, dude. That would be pretty cool, I think.
I want a modern house. I'm a big fan of modern house. You know that.
Guys, we deserve a nice house. We deserve a house with a pool. I don't know. Let's go.
Did she say a motor house? She's talking about a fucking... I would like a motor house. Is that what you call one of those caravans that you drive? A motor home? That'd be cool.
Look
And
around.
also I want a nice view.
Within only 10 days, the royalty family had supposedly bought their dream mansion. However, only 8 months after this, the family was being evicted.
So basically, guys, this is a 60-day notice to terminate the tenancy, which means
Tennessee.
we gotta leave the royalty palace in 2 months.
Showing that they never owned the house in the first place. The royalty family then
Because they leased it, I guess. Okay.
moved to a new property where they'd take the chance to stage yet another fake video titled "Somebody Broke Into Our New Home Live Camera."
Well, again, they're getting lots of views when they fake these altercations. So
Got news that someone broke into our new house. As you guys know, we just bought a new house, the new royalty palace.
and if this, it might be real, but again, they're like faking these interactions. This is the problem. This is like encouragement from your audience. I'm not saying it's active encouragement, but when you make these sensationalized clickbait videos where people that you, in my opinion, paid to show up to your house, you're encouraging other people to do the same because you're basically having a positive interaction with that happening. Like, you know, you're clickbaiting it, you're making a clickbait video, title, thumbnail. It's very clear that like you almost want, it just feels to me like you're encouraging the behavior. If you had just made one video that was just like, hey guys, like somebody, you know, people keep driving by the house and like we really find it to be a big violation of our boundaries, that would be different. But you did the whole, and you would just not clickbait it, but you did the whole 9 yards.
Stating that their new house was being broken into, Ali decided he didn't want to call the cops for the strangest reason.
I'm honestly not cool with calling cops on homeless people or whatever. I don't know if it's a homeless person or not.
And he therefore decided
What the fuck are you on? What are you yapping about?
to go and confront the trespasser himself. He then shows crystal clear security camera footage of the break-in, where the person clearly climbs over the fence. However, when Ali and his friend then show up at the house, they state that the intruder had instead gone through the gate.
So ladies and gentlemen, that was the gate that someone came through.
Hey, maybe he tried to jump over and then he couldn't do it because he's fat like me, and then he just went through the gate.
Oh, it's still open.
Why are you leaving it open?
See? It's still open.
When they find the intruder staying in the back house, he gives a long sob story about how he's got nowhere else to go, leading Ali to become the hero by giving him a bunch of money.
So this guy's telling me that he lost his
Wow. Virtue signal, huh?
job and he's got nowhere to stay. I don't want him to stay on the streets.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab my fanny pack and I'm just gonna give him a couple $1,000s. Just kind of have it sitting in there. Not a big deal.
Can't be selfish. I'm gonna give you some cash, but I'm gonna need you to leave, alright?
The video ends with Ali framing himself as a super compassionate person.
I truly feel bad. Like, people are going through a rough time right now.
Although hilariously, only 4 months later, their house was actually broken into by an intruder, during which they gave
Who is that? Is that Kai Sinhat? No, I'm just kidding. It's just maybe the hair did it for me. Don't okay.
a completely different reaction. While during the fake invasion, Ali was so kind he didn't even call the cops. The real invasion instead began like this.
Hey, can I help you, bro? But what made you think it was cool to come here? Call the cops. Call the cops. Yeah, 911. Are you serious, bro?
I think what probably made him think it was cool to go there is that you keep making content out of people breaking into your house. That guy, obviously, what he did wasn't right, but like you've decided to just to ruin that boundary by basically encouraging this behavior.
People's homes and sleeping in the back? Hey, sirs, call the cops.
After the intruder was
He's probably going there hoping that you give him a couple grand out of your fucking lion fanny pack. Oh, give me some out of my fanny pack.
escorted off the property, the family didn't offer him any money to go get a hotel.
Oh, maybe because they're racist and he's black. The royalty family racism edition,
And instead brought 3 police officers to investigate the now empty scene, which is pretty funny when compared to the first fake video.
So much for BLM, am I right? This was during COVID, okay. So much for BLM, am I right?
However, it would then become apparent that on top of faking their videos, they were also lying about their own history, as the family's extremely shady past began to get exposed brutally.
What were they
On the
doing?
1st of March 2021, the royal
I'm not Farron's father. Is this real?
royalty family uploaded a video titled "I'm Not Farhan's Father, Truth Revealed," in which they explained that the son was actually from the mother's previous marriage, and Ali was therefore his stepdad.
If this is real, like what? They look the same. I feel like this isn't even true. Why make content out of this? This just feels like a violation.
Met Farhan when he was 3 years old. I'm not his biological dad, but I consider myself as his dad. I love him to death. He's amazing. He's like my son. I treat him like my son.
After mentioning that Ali wasn't Farhan's actual dad, the biological father came out.
Who is this guy? What's up with this guy? What is he doing? This is a real person? This isn't AI? This isn't like a generated? This wasn't generated based on several computer prompts? This has got to be fake. I don't know if I believe this.
Out of nowhere, creating a GoFundMe.
I don't know if I believe that girl.
After mentioning that Ali wasn't Farhan's actual dad, the biological
I don't know if I believe this woman would sleep with this guy. I'm just gonna be honest with you. So
father came out of nowhere, creating a GoFundMe titled "Help Me See My Son King Farhan from Royalty Family," which explained the mother Andrea from YouTube channel The Royalty Family has not allowed the biological father Pierre Lepin to see or talk to his son Farhan Lepin for more than 4 years, and both the child and father have the same right. In addition to the child is exploited and manipulated in social networks without the authorization of the father, which was followed by the biological dad appearing on the Dad Challenge podcast, where he'd spend over an hour completely exposing the family. In the Royalty Family
oh, he doesn't look that bad now.
Dad Challenge podcast, where he'd spend over an hour.
Okay, he looks the screen thing was bizarre as fuck. He put a filter on. This doesn't look as bad.
Are completely exposing the family. In the Royalty Family video mentioned prior, the mother explained that she'd come to America to work as a TV host.
I came here for work, as you know, I'm a TV host.
Although what she failed
She came here to be a TV. Okay.
to mention was that she'd fled from her life in Colombia as an adult film star, where she'd gotten into trouble with some pretty scary people.
She wants to get out from Colombia because she have a lot of drug dealers that are bothering.
On top of this,
Yeah, I don't doubt it, man. Columbia's scary, bro.
Farhan had told a nice story about how Ali and his mother had met.
I remember we met in a little restaurant, and then we ate, and then from that day,
Who met? What?
How Ali and his mother had met.
What?
That bothering.
On top of this, Farhan had told a nice story about how Ali and his mother had met.
Oh, like, wait, who's Al? Is he saying how he met his own mother? I thought like
I remember
whatever.
we met in a little restaurant, and then we ate, and then from that day, we just had a lot of fun.
Although in all actuality, the mother began cheating on her former husband after her and Ali met in a gym.
They say that they meet
Okay. Ali's his dad's name. I was getting confused.
in the restaurant, like a perfect moment. You know, there's a bunch of liars about how
She's just lying.
Yeah.
Wow.
After the biological
I
father
don't care
confronted
about any of
Andrea
this.
about her cheating, things got even crazier.
While I'm driving, she crashed my car. She jumped out of her car, went to my window. She broke the window. The police came, take her to jail.
Which was then
I mean, this is why they shouldn't have talked about how he was the stepfather. Now they're opening the door for this guy to come forward and be like, what the hell is this? I don't know if it's real or not, but who knows
followed
anymore?
by a confrontation in person
Whoa!
before the family retaliated by spray painting the biological dad's car. When
Why?
the father returned to the Dad Challenge podcast 3 months later, he'd claimed that Andrea's entire life was a show for the camera.
Where she
Oh, no shit.
show in the video that she is cooking, it's fake. It's all fake.
What we found
He's like, it's fake. She never made anything for me. She's fucking terrible at cook. She almost killed me with the goddamn food she made.
out is that she is not present in their lives at all. She is a greedy, disgusting, selfish woman. Ali and her, they are married, but it is a business relationship. They hate each other. They fight all the time. And Ali
How do you know this? I mean, maybe, but how do you know any of this?
only stays with her
This is the ex-husband or whatever. How would he know that?
because it's money. They are in it for money.
And on top of everything, Farhan is strictly
Maybe.
forbidden from accessing the internet under any circumstances.
And this is what we found out as
That's probably smart.
well. Farhan is completely and utterly never allowed on the internet. I don't even think Farhan knows how famous he is. Ali
That's probably a good thing, honestly, given the situation. Like I said, one of the worst parts I think about being a family channel for the kid is seeing likes and views and comments because they're going to see the negative things people say about them. And I think that's upsetting when you have a whole bunch of people saying nasty stuff to you, potentially. And also keeping track of how many views you get. I think that could be something that could make a kid upset, you know, because it makes adults upset. Like, ask any content creator, oh, the 10 out of 10s beat you up. 1 out of 10s are amazing until you get your next 10 out of 10. And, you know, it's just,
blocks him from every incoming anything. He's not allowed to have a phone with the internet on it. Farhan is not allowed to go to other people's houses because Ali cannot stop him from looking at the internet. And those kids get on the internet and see a video like this.
That's a little harsh, but
It's over for Ali because Ali has kept this all a secret from Farhan this whole time.
The podcast ended with Farhan's dad
none of this is really that bad. to be
breaking
honest
down
with you.
crying,
I don't
although
care.
Andrea and Ali completely manipulated the situation by filming a TikTok in which they'd obviously forced Farhan to state that the
Like, we don't know any of that. We don't know about any of that. That, like, they're horrible parents or whatever. It's just speculation. I mean, how do they prove that their marriage is ending?
biological dad was lying about everything.
To be honest, bro, I'm just tired of this, okay? All this lies that he's putting out there about my mom and family is just, like, so tiring. It's, like, super annoying. Like, I've seen all the
I mean, maybe they're forcing him. Maybe he's... I don't know.
videos, all that disgusting
Who
stuff
cares?
that he's doing. It's just,
Okay.
it hurts, man. It hurts to know that that's my dad, and it's, like, it's sad. Somebody please tell him to stop.
Bro, you can tell the video is scripted just by how the kid talks.
I guess.
Just the last week, Farhan's biological dad announced that after 4 years, he'd gotten a visa and was now in Los Angeles looking for his son. Yet after messaging the mother with the goal of arranging a meeting, she told him to talk to her lawyers, who don't respond to the dad's messages. Meanwhile, the royalty family's views haven't slowed down one bit, although something deep down feels like over the long run, this channel will end in complete disaster.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think this is the scummiest family channel. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of 8 Passengers. The royal... I feel like they're like family channels are always an iffy thing. They're always kind of a problem in my opinion. But so far, it doesn't really seem that bad. They seem decent. All the other stuff is like drama I don't care about. That's unconfirmed. Half of it's probably unconfirmed. Like you know what I mean? Like I don't necessarily care about any of that shit. Well, but for the most part, it's just like, oh, damn, this baby's huge. It's just a large baby. Well, I guess they probably photoshopped it to look bigger. Anyway. As far as the speculation that they don't love each other, maybe. Or maybe they do. I don't really care. It really isn't that bad. It's really not that bad. There's plenty of ones that are worse. Okay, whatever. Good video.